Intelligence doesn't always look like confidence, fast answers, or high test scores. In fact, some of the most reliable signs of intelligence are almost invisible. Quiet behaviors that don't draw attention, but reveal how your brain actually works under pressure. Psychology shows that intelligence isn't just about what you know. It's about how you process uncertainty, manage mental effort, and adapt in real time. And here's the part most people miss. Some of the habits you've probably ignored, or even questioned about yourself, might actually be signals of higher cognitive ability. So if you've ever felt like you're not that smart, this might change how you see yourself. Here are 6 signs you're smarter than you think, backed by psychology. Intelligence is often treated like a fixed number, something measurable, static, and final. But research suggests something very different. Cognitive science shows that intelligence is deeply behavioral. It's not just about knowledge, it's about how you think, how you regulate attention, and how you respond to complexity. It's not about having all the answers. It's about how your mind handles not having them. And once you start looking at intelligence this way, subtle patterns begin to stand out. Let's break them down. 1. You pause before responding, even in simple conversations. There's a moment where someone asks you something, and instead of answering instantly, you hesitate. Not because you don't know, but because you're processing. Psychologically, this reflects something called cognitive reflection, your ability to override immediate, automatic responses and engage deeper thinking. It's not about being slow, it's about resisting the brain's default shortcuts. And that matters because intelligent thinking often requires delaying certainty. To avoid being wrong, fast answers feel confident. Accurate answers require friction. 2. You notice patterns others overlook. You start seeing connections between behaviors, outcomes, even conversations that others don't seem to pick up on. This links to pattern recognition and predictive processing, where the brain constantly builds models of the world to anticipate what comes next. It's not about overthinking. It's about your brain compressing complexity into meaning. This doesn't mean every pattern you see is correct, but it suggests your mind is actively searching for structure, one of the core traits of high-level cognition. 3. You get mentally drained by shallow conversations. Small talk isn't just boring, it's exhausting. Not because you're antisocial, but because your brain craves depth. This ties into cognitive load theory. When conversations lack substance, your brain doesn't disengage. It keeps searching for meaning that isn't there. So instead of relaxing, you experience subtle mental friction. It's not about disliking people. It's about your brain being wired for complexity over simplicity. 4. You constantly question your own thinking. You catch yourself thinking, wait, is that actually true? Even when you feel confident. This is metacognition, thinking about your own thinking, and it's one of the strongest predictors of intelligence. It's not about self-doubt, it's about self-monitoring. Highly intelligent individuals don't trust their first conclusion blindly. They audit it, because they understand something critical. Your brain is powerful, but also biased. 5. You adapt quickly when proven wrong. Being wrong doesn't feel great, but you don't stay stuck in it. You adjust. This reflects cognitive flexibility, your ability to update beliefs based on new information. It's not about always being right, it's about minimizing how long you stay wrong, and that's a huge difference. Rigid thinking protects the ego. Flexible thinking improves accuracy. 6. You prefer understanding over memorization. You don't just want answers, you want to know why they're true. This connects to deep processing, where information is encoded through meaning rather than repetition. It's not about storing more data, it's about structuring knowledge in a way that's usable. Because memorization fades, understanding compounds, and over time, this creates a completely different level of intelligence. So intelligence isn't always loud, obvious, or measurable on the surface. It shows up in hesitation, in curiosity, in the way you question, adapt, and process the world around you. It's not about having all the answers. It's about how you deal with not having them. And most importantly, these patterns aren't fixed traits. They can be developed, strengthened, refined. Because intelligence isn't something you either have or don't. It's something you practice. So now the real question is, which of these do you see in yourself?